Oh, what a beautiful day. What a wonderful day. Because it's new comic book day. Look at that brick. You could probably stun an ox with that. To quote some Laurie Anderson. Check it out. 30, how many? 31 books. 31 books this week. Pretty disgusting. And pretty awesome. So let's dig into it, shall we? Let's see, get past the ads here. Technically 30 brand new issues. One is a variant cover, which of course we'll get to that when we get to that, right? So, Power Man and Iron Fist, issue number 9, more of the Civil War tie-in. Let's see where this goes. Last issue was kind of interesting. The crew that uses the precognitive ability to see if people are committing a crime has showed up to thump on Power Man because he's contemplating breaking out Iron Fist. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's see here. Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue number 3. That's kind of a fun cover. I've noticed these covers for Red Hood and the Outlaws, I've all had people talking on it. So that's interesting. Anyway, issue number 3. This is the Bizarro issue, I would assume. First issue was kind of Red Hood introduction. Second issue was Artemis introduction. So now we're going to get Bizarro introduction. Really looking forward to checking that out. Seeing what that crew ends up being like. How this Bizarro works. So, issue number 4 of Suicide Squad. That'll go at the very bottom of the pile. Last thing I read. Who knows if I'll even talk about it. Has not been good. I have not enjoyed it at all. Supergirl issue number 2. Dang, I wish I would have gotten the other cover now. The other cover has got her peeling the old shirt back, a la Superman. So that cover's okay, but not as cool as the other cover was. All right, we'll see how Supergirl goes. I've enjoyed the first 2 issues. Issue 1 better than the Rebirth issue, of course, but yeah, see where we go. See where we go with that. Cyborg Superman, who I'm not a real big fan of. Thicker book. So it is All-Star Batman, issue number 3. And All-Star Batman has the banner across it now, the Rebirth banner. Did it always have the Rebirth banner on it? I don't remember. Anyway, we'll see where this goes. I really liked issue number 1. Issue number 2 is, so we'll see how issue number 3 is. It's got my favorite villain in it, so there's always that. Not favorite villain, favorite Batman villain. I don't know who my favorite villain is, but I really like Two-Face. So, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. This has been all right. I think this is the last issue that I'm getting, I believe. Issue 6. But as a whole, it's actually, for a Green Lantern book, hasn't been too bad. Let's start out with this, on it. The less Hal Jordan's in it, the better. There's been a lot more Jon Stewart stuff in it, so I've liked that part of it. So, yeah. Killer Be Killed, issue number 3. I've been enjoying this. I'm curious to see where it goes. Curious to see. There's got to be more to this story. I just keep thinking there's more to this story than this supposed, demon that's influencing this guy to commit crimes and whatnot. The art is gorgeous in it. And yeah, how can you go wrong, right? Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, always strong stuff. And Elizabeth Brewster. Colorist. I guess I should start making sure I'm saying her name too when I talk about these books. I don't know when I'm doing this part if I should really need to talk creators or not. Any rate, this is issue number 25 of Lazarus. I believe this is the final issue of the culling arc. Rucka Larkin Arcus. Super loving this book as always. It's really strong, really interesting. Last couple issues have really exposed some really, really curious things. So looking forward to seeing what's going on with those characters. Monstrous is back. I've really been enjoying this book. I really enjoy the art. Long, stretched out story, it kind of feels like. Lots of heavy mythology in this, which is kind of cool. But its own mythology, not mythology that references anything, Greek or Roman or anything like that. It's creating its own mythology, which is really kind of cool. I like the character designs and stuff. Just a gorgeous book. New Superman, issue number 4. I don't know that many people who are still reading this book. I really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the first 3 issues. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one works out. So it's the Justice League of China battles the Chinese freedom fighters. So really curious to see where this goes. It's been fun. It's been a fun book. Surprisingly fun. Britannia, issue number 2. We get to read more about our first detective. This is a Valiant book, 4-issue miniseries, I believe. Looking forward to checking it out, seeing what that is like. Deathstroke, issue number 4. Can't remember if this is last year. I've decided I'm not going to keep getting this. Curious about the bat signal on there, though. See where we're going for here. On the hunt for Batman. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that ends up being like. It hasn't been a bad book. Just hasn't riveted me. And I've got 30 issues this week, so I need to do something with my poll. Batman Detective Comics, issue number 942. This is the last of the Monster Men arc. Kind of looking forward to that being done and seeing what's next for the book. I think we roll right into the, possibly we roll right into the Marguerite Bennett stuff where they focus a little bit on Batwoman and get that story set up for the actual Batwoman story down the road. Here we go. Doom Patrol, issue number 2. There he is, Negative Man, I believe. I believe that is this version's of Larry Tranner. I absolutely love that cover. That is a gorgeous cover. Love the Negative Man space at the bottom of the shadow. Yeah, well, that cover just makes me excited. Excited for Doom Patrol. Love the Doom Patrol. I even really like the fact that your lettering goes off the page a little bit there. That's kind of cool. And it doesn't have the DC symbol on it. It just has the DC's Young Animals down there at the bottom. Ooh, super excited for that. All right, The Fix is in. Issue number 6. Looking forward to this goes. Funny book. Has some serious moments. I laugh my ass off. It's incredibly crude and just over the top in a lot of ways, but still really, really, really enjoy it. So looking forward to reading more of that. Gotham Academy, second semester, issue number 2. Cats are creating chaos in the background. We'll see what that ends up being like. Oh, was I make myself forget? I wasn't super excited by the first issue of this. We'll see where this goes now that school's actually back in. Maybe I'll be a little more intrigued by it. It's part of one of those groups of bundles where I'm getting the books at 50% off. And I still think there's more books in it that I want than not, and that's why I end up getting that one. Issue 25 of Black Science, as always, a great book. I always really enjoy it. We'll see what ends up being next. Yeah, I just always thoroughly enjoy the book. And then there is Weavers. This is 6 of 6. This is the final issue. See how this all ends. I've really been enjoying this. Really love Dylan Burnett's art on it. It's a nice, fun story, but really, really, the art is really cool. Really visceral. I really like it. So looking forward to seeing how that all ends. So there's one less thing for my poll, right? Next up is the Unfollow, issue number 12. I've been really enjoying this book, really curious about it as always. Lots of kind of weird metaphysical stuff going on along with this hunt down of the 140 people who are going to inherit billions of dollars. As clearly we are down to 129 now. We'll see where it goes. I think after talking to some other people, this and Lucifer are the only books of this push that came out a year ago. The only 2 books that are going to be left, Art Ops and some of those other books. Oh, Clean Room's still around. Clean Room's still around too. But otherwise, all those other books have been canceled, it seems. So here is the beginning of the final arc, I believe, of Shudder. It's a really long arc. This is issue 23. Always really like this book. Hard to talk about. It's just got so much different kind of weird kind of stuff going on in it. But definitely looking forward to getting back into Shudder to read this final long arc. And they say if you're a trade waiter, boy, you better start picking it up in singles because it'll be a long time before you get that last trade. Is what they make it sound like. Because the last arc is 7, 8 issues, I think. Alien Resonance. This is The Man with No Name. Issue 2 of 4. Always a fun read. It's kind of something different from Dark Horse. Anytime Resident Alien stuff comes out, I always pick that up. New Vertigo title that's out now, The Lost Boys. Yeah, we'll see. This takes off from the movie franchise, basically, and kind of it's telling its own story, I believe. So I am looking forward to kind of curious to checking it out. Really enjoyed Lost Boys back in the day when it was in movie theaters and whatnot. I just recently watched Never Let It Go with my teenagers, so that was a lot of fun. We'll see. We'll see. It's part of a bundle deal. All those Vertigo books I pick up in a bundle deal. So yeah. Letter 44. This is issue 28. I believe that this is another one of those kind of one and done issues where we explain how some of the other people end up in our cast on the Clark, the spaceship that gets launched out into space to deal with the stuff that's out at the asteroid belt. So always interesting to get a background on some of the characters and whatnot. Here is Glitter Bomb issue number 2. I have yet to get Glitter Bomb issue number 1. So I don't know. We'll see what this is like. I'll probably read this, even though I don't have the first issue. Gotta see if I can track down the first issue. I screwed up and somehow didn't order it. But yeah, looking forward to this. Basically a book about a woman who is reached like into her 40s, and Hollywood is kind of, well, being Hollywood, they don't touch older women, and 40s not older, I guess I don't believe, but if you're not in your 20s, you don't get the roles kind of a thing. But of course the men can be as old as they want to, and they still get the roles. This is kind of a telling of that, which has a horror element to it also. Another new book. This is from IDW. This is the Electric Sublime. No real idea what this is about, because I love the title Electric Sublime. And the cover is a Fraser Irving cover. This is the variant cover. And I am a huge Fraser Irving fan. Love his stuff. So just really excited to see what this is about. I mean, it's going to be a crazy head trip kind of a book. It is a mini-series. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it ends up being like. Looking forward to reading it. Next up, we have the variant edition of Doom Patrol. Issue number 2. That's awesome too. Seeing everybody, the original crew in the reflection of an eyeball. So that's kind of fun. I really wish they wouldn't have put Beast Boy on there, because I really don't consider him original member. But whatever. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? At least they made him purple-faced, because that's pretty funny. So, I wasn't sure if I was getting this, but I guess I did get it. That's cool. American Vampire Anthology. I am not necessarily read a lot of the American Vampire. I've read some off and on. I like reading these anthologies about the American Vampire stuff. It's huge cast of characters. Lots of people. This is the first Vertigo work by them. Just looking forward to seeing a lot of people's takes on the American Vampire environment and stuff. So yeah. Wonder Woman issue number 8. This is the, let's see. This would be the back. The year 1 stuff. So we're gonna kind of see. We're gonna get to learn more about Barbara Ann Minerva, and kind of who she was, I would guess, with this issue. So I'm excited for that. To check out and see what she was like before she became the Cheetah. Just really enjoy Wonder Woman as a whole. It's been pretty wonderful. This is Evely did the art on this issue. So this is the new artist, I believe. So yeah, I'll be curious to look at that, read that, and check that out and talk about it. Another book I'm really excited about. Another one of the surprises of the DC Rebirth. Superwoman has just been really cool. The first 2 issues have been super solid. Really looking forward to checking this out. The Rise of Ultra Woman. Ooh, yeah. I'm super stoked for this book. It's just been really cool. Really, really liking it a lot. So looking forward to seeing what that ends up being like. Yeah, right on. Right on. And then almost done here. This is Black Monday Murders issue number 3. super thick, super heavy, super dense book. It's a $4.99 book, but well worth it. You get lots and lots more pages than you really can't show you that. Than you get most comics. So you got your dollars worth per page count kind of a thing. And just been really, really interesting, really cool. Stock market, corporate. Machinations kind of thing that's also tied into some pretty high level magics that kind of manipulate the world and the market, because that's the power, that's the goal is to gain that power, it seems, with most magic using people, and all tied into this really, really gorgeous book. Really, really good. And finally, this week we have a Batgirl and Birds of Prey issue number 3. I have been liking every issue a little bit more than the last issue, so that's a good sign for me with this. Of course, I really like the characters that are in it, so I'm giving it a bigger leash as far as do I keep getting it or not. It hasn't made some of the mistakes that the New 52 Birds of Prey did after about the first 4 or 5 issues. So there's that. I'm just kind of really going along with the flow of this to see where it's going to go. I'm hoping that as we get to the end of this arc and maybe start the next arc, things will really settle in and get really, really decent. You have some new people to comics working on the book, and it just feels like every issue gets a little better than the last issue was. So we'll be checking that out. And that is it. Wow. 30 books. That didn't seem like 30 books, did it? Really fast for me. For 30 bucks, you'd think a minute a book, because I would talk too much like I'm doing right now. Anyway, I will check you all out later on in the week. Hope to see some of you along with me on Comic Book Roundtable on Saturday. And with that, I'm out of here because I got a lot of books to read. Have a great one, everybody.